Never use plastic glitter to bedazzle your horse, but this biodegradable glitter is okay. Just apply some hoof oil, then dab the glitter on with a blush brush, or do cool patterns on their coat by using horse-safe hair gel and just sprinkling the glitter over it. Horses can drink out of a cup without spilling a single drop, as long as that cup contains orange Gatorade. But while they do need electrolytes after sweating a lot, Gatorade isn't ideal as its high sugar will upset their gut balance, and flavored drinks can make them picky about drinking plain water. So skip the Gatorade and provide salt blocks instead. Horses love developing problems in their legs, so use a thermal camera to check for any inflammation, as discovering issues early will help keep the vet bill low. If your horse has anxiety, get him a sound-reducing ear bonnet. This will not only help him stay calmer, but also feel braver like a bat horse. As a bonus, it also makes annoying flies less annoying. If you tie a nail to a thread and hold it over your pregnant horse's hips, circling means you're probably getting a baby girl. But if it swings back and forth or stays still, it might be a boy. Make sure to double check your results using ultrasound at around 2 months. Babies with hooves are born wearing fairy slippers to protect their mom from being severely kicked and scratched with hard edges of hoof before and during birth. After birth, their slippers quickly dry out and peel away. When your horse's hoof starts to crack, first grind out all the infected tissue under the crack. Build a shoe with side clips to limit movement, then place screws on either side of the crack to be laced up with steel wire, which will stop the crack from traveling any further up the hoof. Finally, pour hard siding acrylic to encourage more stabilization and protect the screws and wire. If you must paint your horse into an abstract piece of modern art, make sure to use non-toxic water-based paint that'll be easy to wash off. Ancient tribes even used natural plant pigments mixed with urine, blood, or animal fat to paint their horses. If your horse demands a popsicle on the hottest day of summer, make sure it's homemade with organic fruit juice. Even then, popsicles are mostly sugar water with all the fiber of the fruit removed, so try to convince them that a block of frozen watermelon is a healthier choice. Horses love cotton candy, but it's pure sugar which gets rapidly fermented by their acid-producing gut bacteria. If you give too much, all that acid will damage their gut lining, causing bacteria to leak into their bloodstream that severely disrupts blood flow to their hooves. If flies bother your horse, make sure they wear a dragonfly antenna. Dragonflies have a 95% success rate when hunting, because instead of chasing flies, they predict where they will be and intercept them. So flies have evolved to know that dragonflies mean certain death. If you pretend to put an invisible halter on your horse, they will follow the leash even when it's not there. This is because the halter never made the horse follow. You just used it as a tool to teach a pattern, and then the pattern stayed behind even after the tool was gone. You can technically give your horse fruit by the foot as a rare treat, but this snack is just made of sugar, corn syrup, and artificial flavors. Meanwhile, horses are built to eat fiber-rich foods like hay and grass, so too much fruit by the foot can spike their blood sugar, disrupt gut bacteria, and cause hoof issues. Don't forget to ice your horse's legs after intense workouts or injury, as this constricts blood vessels to reduce inflammation and decrease pain. Aim for 15 to 20 minutes per leg, and always use a barrier between the ice and skin to protect it from ice burns. Who wants a totally normal donut with absolutely no dewormer in it? To make deworming donuts, grab plain ones with minimal or no icing. Fill them with the correct dewormer dose, then sit back and watch as they happily stuff them into their mouths without a second thought about the filling. Horses love peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and as long as you don't overdose them, it is okay to give as a treat once in a while. Just make sure to brush their front teeth afterwards to maintain a beautiful smile. Gently tap your horse with a pool noodle multiple times a day to desensitize them, because horses are scaredy cat prey animals, so if anything startles them, they will bolt and trample anyone in their way. Desensitization reduces those explosive reactions and makes them much safer to be around. After buying your horse, make sure to bubble wrap them every day to avoid unnecessary injuries and vet bills. But note that this hack only works until they figure out how to twist their intestines. If you find a lion with battle wounds, make sure to heavily sedate him before sticking your sterile fingers or an instrument inside each wound. Check how deep it is and remove any broken teeth stuck inside. Then use a scalpel blade to scrape off any dead or heavily contaminated tissue, and keep flushing the wound with lots of sterile saline. Horses are mostly waterproof thanks to a layer of oil in their coat, so they don't really need to seek shelter from the rain. Instead, they just turn their butts towards the wind to stay warm. Use beeswax to fill in pockets of hoof you don't want filled with mud and manure. Beeswax is both waterproof and antimicrobial, and these blue beeswax balls take it a step further by adding in copper sulfate, which kills pathogens already on the hoof, while the beeswax seals the surface to prevent new ones from getting in. This giant rock formed inside a horse. It started with a tiny swallowed pebble that got lost in the twisty maze of horse intestines and started accumulating layers of mineral deposits. So if you cut one open, you'll find beautiful concentric rings. Count the rings to estimate how many years it took for it to form. Sadly, some enteroliths can grow as big as a bowling ball and require surgery to remove. Horses love to grow weird tumors called keratomas under their hooves, and the only way to cure them is drilling into the hoof wall to access and completely remove the tumors. You can perform the surgery on a standing course with sedation and local nerve blocks. Once the tumor is removed, pack the hole with antibiotic-soaked gauze and fit an aluminum plate that will help keep the area nice and clean. The hoof wall will regrow slowly over the next 6 to 12 months, and during that period, they need to wear special shoes for stabilization. To collapse this horse for surgery, first sedate him against a padded wall, then administer the induction drug straight into his jugular vein. As the horse falls down, 3 to 4 people are needed to guide him safely to the ground. Once down, immediately guide an endotracheal tube through the mouth and into the trachea. Then quickly hang the unconscious horse from his feet and hoist him onto a heavily padded surgery table, where his endotracheal tube is connected to oxygen and anesthetic gases. Meanwhile, the surgeon should be scrubbing him for surgery. The horse should be getting the surgical site scrubbed, and the anesthetic team should be doing everything to make sure the horse does not wake up mid-surgery. When you are a vet and a horse's nasty tooth abscess bursts into their sinuses, you must flush all the gunk out. So heavily sedate her and surgically scrub the area over the sinuses. Inject local anesthetic and make a tiny stab incision through the skin. Hammer a sturdy, large bore needle through the bone to aspirate as much material as possible with a syringe. Then attach an IV line filled with sterile saline and maybe even antibiotics to flush the sinuses. Don't stop flushing until the fluid runs clear, and repeat daily for 3 to 7 days after correcting the tooth problem. To extract a hoof abscess, blast off the dirt and remove any embedded rocks or nails. Using hoof testers, squeeze different parts of the hoof to locate the most ouchy spots and pinpoint the abscess without excessive cutting. Then with a sharp knife, delicately remove thin layers of horn in the suspicious area. Keep following any painful black tracks until you hit the jackpot of pus, but stop immediately if you reach pink sensitive tissue or blood to prevent over trimming. Squeeze, clean, and flush the opened abscess with dilute iodine or saline. Soak the foot in a hoof boot filled with warm water and Epsom salts to evict any lingering bacteria. Finally, trim the healthy claw for balance, then blowtorch it to disinfect and dry completely before gluing on a hoof block. This shifts all the way off the affected claw, providing immediate pain relief and speedy healing. Don't get offended if a horse sticks their tongue out at you. They either have no front teeth to keep the tongue in place or just want you to massage their tongue. Some even do it for entertainment purposes. Olympic horses fly in special Air Horse 1 planes. Each horse shows their passport and gets weighed before boarding padded stalls containing hay and water. The stalls are then loaded into the plane along with flight attendants that make sure the horses remain safe and comfortable throughout the flight. Stick your horse's pills into a cracked carrot to easily airplane it into his mouth. Then make sure to watch closely until he swallows to make sure no pills get spit out. If your horse's frog starts to rot from severe bacterial infection, an old school trick is to sprinkle a couple iodine crystals into the deep crevices, then hold your breath before pouring on a little turpentine. The resulting heat and sublimed iodine vapor penetrate deep to burn out the nasty bacteria. However, now that gentler treatments exist, modern vets hate this method that can chemically burn and destroy any remaining healthy frog tissue. If you see an annoying fly laying yellow eggs on your horse's legs, you should shave them off immediately. Otherwise, they will get licked up and hatch into larvae that burrow into the tongue and gum tissue, then migrate to the stomach where they'll stay attached for 10 months until your horse finally poops them out to turn into more annoying flies. You can technically make soap from horse sweat because they produce a unique soapy sweat containing latherine, which breaks the surface tension of sweat, allowing it to spread rapidly across the skin and through their thick waterproof coat. After exercise, remember to use a sweat scraper to remove excess sweat from the coat, reducing the risk of your horse becoming chilled in cold weather. This is not a camel. It's a horse with sway back, which is often caused by being ridden too early or overworked. Improperly fitted saddles are also a big factor, leading to severe muscle loss along the back.